Hi, I'm Mr. Don, and this is my crew for this week. We are coming at you from HUFLIS, Hue University of Foreign Languages and International Studies, here in beautiful Hue, Vietnam. This week, on our first ever English video podcast, we have for you
news,
movies,
weather,
music, and food.
and a whole lot more. And if you're not careful, before you're through, you just might learn some English too. So come on and join us. This is the place to be.
Greetings, I'm Phương Quyang.
and I am Nhật Quý, and you are watching HUFLIS News. Let us have a glance at the global news first.
More than 100 people killed after fire breaks out at Iraq wedding in the northern province of Iraq. A wedding reception fire claimed the lives of over 100 people and wounded 150 more, drawing condolences from all over the world. According to survivors, fireworks that were left up inside the ballroom before the bride and groom slow dance caused the fire, which quickly spread across the venue. Many of those hurt, according to a health officer in the area, had received severe burns. The majority of them were completely burned, and some others had 50 to 60% of their bodies burned. This is definitely not good, and the vast majority of them weren't in great shape. How devastating. The would-be happiest day of the couple was turned into the most miserable. Next on the news.
Florida kids stole their mother's car after she took away their electronics. A 10-year-old boy and his 11-year-old sister stole their mom's car and went on an early morning joyride before they were caught more than 200 miles away from their Florida home, according to police. The sibling adventure ended when deputies from the sheriff's office spotted a white sedan driving on I-75 and pulled the car over around 3:50 a.m. Because the vehicle was stolen, deputies conducted a high-risk traffic stop. But they were shocked when they found the young boy in the driver's seat and his older sister beside him. The siblings were reported missing to the Northport Police Department, deputies learned. Luckily, no injuries or damages were reported.
Even Lucifer was using a fan. Brazil bakes as mercilessly hot spring begins. Brazil is suffering harsh unseasonal temperatures after its hottest winter in 1961. Temperatures have reached above 40 degrees Celsius in certain regions. According to a Rio resident, because Rio is now brutally scorching, it's impossible to even say which area is the coolest. El Nino, a climate heating event that also produces flooding in some areas, is partially to blame for the heat, according to experts, but it's not the main cause. Lima, a student, said. The primary factor is, in fact, human-caused global warming. Well, climate change really is no joke, isn't it, Gui?
It sure is.
Moving on to national news.
Kitchen employee arrested for putting pesticides into school meals. On September 22, a kitchen employee at a high school in northern Sơn La province was arrested for allegedly putting pesticides into students' meals. A representative of People's Procuracy of Sơn La on Tuesday said police of Mai Sơn district had arrested the female kitchen staff of Du Văn Thân High School for harming another person. The representative said the woman was the wife of a former headmaster of the school, who is now working in a different school. Authorities are also analyzing food samples as part of the investigation. The school has over 1,200 students and over 400 of them have lunch at school. As the incident was detected early, none of the students had consumed the food, authorities said.
And that is the end of today's news. Next is weather with Trung.
Hello everyone, I am Zheng, and this is the weather news from 15th to 28th of September 2023. First, let's look at the weather in the USA. Currently, the tropical storm Ophelia, which was formed in the Atlantic Ocean, made landfall from September 22nd to 24th. It caused widespread damage, including flooding and damage to houses. Next, we are moving to the UK, which is now facing a storm. On Wednesday, September 27th, Storm Agnes made landfall in Ireland, felling trees and causing flooding. Now it is regional weather. On Monday, September 25th, Tropical Depression 13W finally tracked over the central regions of Vietnam. This tropical depression caused strong winds and heavy rainfall, even thunderstorms, lasting for about 3 days. Many roads were damaged and a lot of houses were flooded in this region. Finally, the weather forecast for this week. As you know, Hue City is in the middle of rainy season, so it will be rainy with thunderstorms every day, with a high of around 32 degrees and a low of about 25. Therefore, don't forget to bring along raincoats or umbrellas when you go outside. Thank you for listening. And next is gonna be movie reviews.
Today, the movie Wednesday is more and more popular among the young. So, have you ever seen the Wednesday?
Yeah, I just watched it last month. As far as I know, this movie focused on the main character, Wednesday Addams, and her adventures. Besides, I liked how the movie incorporated different genres like mystery, comedy, and even a bit of romance.
Obviously, the character of Wednesday was well developed. I loved how she had a blend of quirkiness and intelligence. Actually, the artist did a great job of portraying her, right?
Right. And you know, this movie was released on Netflix almost 1 year ago. So, do you know the name of the film's director?
Sure, this movie was created by Alfred Goff and Miles Mueller in 2022. When it comes to this movie, I was so surprised by its unique storyline. I was interested in the way that the Wednesday managed to control her psychic ability to stop a killing spree and unravel a mystery involving her parents. All of that kept me engaged in throughout.
I agree with you. And for me, I see that at Nevermore Academy, everyone seems to have his or her own unique feature. For example, Enid is into anything that's colorful, rainbows, and unicorns, or Marilyn Thornhill. She is the only ordinary teacher in the school. Or we can see Bianca. Seems like a mean girl at the beginning. However, right in this special place, Wednesday still becomes extremely different, right?
Yeah, that's right. However, the movie brings a lot of lesson for us, and being your personal is one of them. This is simply because that in the world today we are easy to get access to social network, and it's also easy for us to lose to lose our identity. And of course, oneness is not a perfect person, but in the world we live in today, the world that teenagers are more compelling and passionate than adults, the teenagers' embrace of who she is right fit in actually. So is there anything that you didn't like about this movie?
Well, I see that. Let me see. The supporting characters were interesting, but some of their storylines felt unresolved. For example, the film made me feel curious to find out whether Xavier and Wednesday get together or not. So I think it would have been nice to see their arcs fully explored.
Yes, you are right. But in spite of these flaws, I believe that the Wednesday is worth watching. The unique concept, the engaging content, and especially the lead strong character, all of that make this movie more enjoyable.
That's for sure. Although it may have not be perfect, It definitely has charm, so I would recommend this movie to those who enjoy the mix of mystery, comedy, and romance.
That's right. Overall, the movie offers us a refreshing and entertaining experience, and it's a movie that gives us a sense of curiosity and make us want to discuss it afterwards.
Mhm. It's true. So I think that everyone can has a wonderful experience watching this movie on Netflix, and I believe that it can help them to reduce stress after intense working and studying hours. That's all for the movie review this week.
So next is the music with Nan.
Hello, my name is Lan, and we're going to have a look at the most popular songs on Spotify last week. Let's check it out. At number 1, we have Paint the Town Red by Doja Cat. About the artist herself, she is a famous rap singer who has many viral soundtracks on TikTok like Say So, Kiss Me More, and Woman. The term Paint the Town Red means going on a wild party where people drink, dance, and laugh. This song is her latest single, and it's a combination of pop and rap. She gave the song a vibe like she doesn't care about the nonsense that people talk about her, and she's having fun living at the moment. The second song that I want to share with you is Seven by Jungkook. He is a member of an iconic K-pop boy group, BTS. He is a talented performer with singing and dancing skills. The song 7 is about a man who is hopelessly devoted to his lover. He wants to be with her all the time, and he swears to love her 7 days a week. The genre is R&B and pop, featuring Lato, which added a perspective of a woman to the song. Next is a song from an artist whom I love so much. I've been listening to her songs since 2017. It's Taylor Swift with Cruel Summer. She is a great storyteller. So the storytelling element in her songs is appealing. She can get her listener really into the song. And Cruel Summer is about a summer romance that is doomed from the start, so she has to hide her feelings and deal with the pain. It's a tragedy in summer, so it's cruel. Our last song today is Strangers by Kenya Grace. She is a rising star born in South Africa and raised in the UK. Strangers, her debut single, is a catchy tune, especially the chorus part, and the song has been streamed over 100 million times, so it has gone viral on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube Shorts. The song is about a romantic relationship caught in a loop, like meeting someone and then falling in love, but somehow drifting apart, which she says go back to strangers, and later meeting someone new. And that's all. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.
So hi, my name is Min. So today I'm gonna make Vietnamese fried rice. So let's get started right now. Come here. And here I have some green bean. Okay, I'm gonna cut it into pomegranate seed size as well.
Few inches later.
Okay, I'm sorry, quite clumsy. Okay, yeah, another one. So I have a carrot. I'm gonna cut it into. Let's go.
2 hours later.
And here I have some king oyster mushroom. First of all, I'm gonna cut the bottom, top.
Eternity later.
So here is a half of an onion, and I'm gonna cut it.
12 seconds later.
Okay, it's fine. So I have a few cloves of garlic and shallot. So we're gonna cut it into like really small size. Gonna mince it, okay? First of all,
6 hours later.
and here I have some spring onion. we're gonna cut it into small size as well. First of all, we need to fold it. It's gonna be a lot more faster for you. Just a tip.
Day 4.
And here are some like maybe 200 to 400 grams of rice, but you shouldn't use nearly cooked rice. Yeah, I have cooked it. Okay. So next, I'm gonna crack in some chicken eggs into the rice directly. I think 2 is enough. I'm gonna put in some pork fat and nut oil. So now we need to use a chopstick and stir it. Blend.
A few moments later.
Okay. Yeah, it's fine. Okay. I'm gonna use the same pan that we used earlier because it's gonna remain some flavor in it. And I'm gonna put another more spoon of oil, 2 spoons. Okay. Some butter. Yeah. Wow. Here are some onion, salad, and garlic. I'm gonna put the salad and garlic first. Our onion. Let's add in some carrots. Our mushrooms. Green beans. Next, we're gonna fry our fresh shrimp. Oh, sorry. We're gonna put in some dry shrimp.
Years later.
Now is a biscuit. You can, just put it in. Oh no, sorry. Now is squid. Okay, put it in. And finally, our rice. Make a hole and put in our veggies right into okay, yeah, and here is our meat so so this step is very important. You need to mix all of the ingredients really well. some spring onion. It's all. I'm gonna try it. Okay? Let me taste it. Wow. Wow, one nugget.
Okay, this is the part of the episode where I get to be a teacher. I get to play teacher and give some feedback and do a vocabulary review of some of the words that we had in our different segments today that you might not have understood or that you need to understand for future episodes. All right, so let's get to it. All right, in the news, you had some vocabulary. You had the word venue. Venue is the place where something happens. A glance, a quick look, a peek. You had a vast majority, means almost everybody or most people, almost all. Condolences. Condolences are sympathies or apologies that you give when a tragic event happens, like the death of somebody in this case. Siblings, brothers and sisters. Sheriff and his deputies. Okay, there's a famous song. That is the area police. In the United States, that would be under the state, and in places in the countryside where they don't have cities or there are no city police, most of the police are sheriffs and their deputies. Okay, you heard the words for high temperatures. You heard some words like scorching, on fire, bakes, as in an oven. El Nino. You heard at the very end, she used a tag question. And if you thought it sounded a little awkward or it wasn't quite right, you were correct. So the sentence should have been, climate change isn't a joke. So if we take that sentence, that is a negative verb, isn't. And the tag has to be the opposite. It has to be positive. So the sentence would be, climate change isn't a joke, is it? Is it? Okay, climate change isn't a joke, is it? And the response to that would be, no, it's not. Or, no, it isn't. Okay, the weather. You heard the phrase made landfall a couple of times, and that's because a storm comes from the sea. So when it reaches the land or hits the land, we say it makes landfall. Widespread damage, same as destruction over a large area. Okay, widespread over a large area. A forecast, of course, a forecast is a prediction or a guess about the future. And finally, how do we say high and low temperatures? High temperatures and low temperatures are usually in a single sentence, and we use the phrase a high of, preposition of, high of and a low of. So, for example, with a high of 32 and a low of 25. Okay, that would be the high and low temperature. All right, in the cooking segment, you had the word butter. And the way I just said that with the t sound is usually not the way you'll hear native speakers say it when they are speaking quickly. Usually it will be two T's together will often be a D sound, butter, okay? Butter. Or even words like water. We don't say t, we usually say d, water. That's very common, but it also depends on where you're from in the English-speaking world, how you pronounce that, if it's more of a t or a d. Okay, We also had phrases in the movie section. So, have you ever? That's for experienced. Very common question. Present perfect tense. Have you ever? Have you ever seen? And that is verb 3, the participle verb. Have you ever seen the movie? Blah, blah, blah. A well-developed character. A well-developed character is a common phrase in movie reviews. A well-developed character would be one where we see a lot of details about the character, a lot about their life, about their love interests, whatever. We know a lot about them. Unique, one of a kind. A killing spree, mass murder, when someone gets a gun and they go crazy, usually a little bit, and they start killing lots of people. That is a killing spree. You had compelling and passionate. Teens were described as compelling and passionate. Compelling in this case means interesting or appealing. We like them. And passionate, they care about changing the world or about politics or social causes or that sorts of thing. Okay. Engaging content is content or material that grabs you. It gets your attention, and then it keeps your attention. It engages you. A sense of curiosity is a common phrase. That just means you're curious. Curious is the adjective. Curiosity is the noun. A sense of curiosity means it makes you wonder or think about it at the end. All right, in the music section, you had the phrase, paint the town red. That's not so common anymore. I don't think a lot of young people say that phrase, but obviously it's still well known because I'm going to get her name wrong. Sorry, I don't listen to rap and pop music much. But Dojo Cat, is it? Anyway, she used the phrase, actually as the name of a song. And it's exactly as described, to go on kind of a wild party in the town. All right, a night out on the town, we also say. Nonsense. She used the word nonsense. Nonsense, lies, silly stories, gossip about her. Genre, and our crew member did a great job. She pronounced that word correctly. Genre. It's spelled strange. Genre. And so a lot of people have trouble pronouncing it. But it's 2 syllables. Genre. Genre. Okay. And that just means kind of or type of music or film. Cruel. Now, cruel has 2 pronunciations. You can say cruel. Some people say 2 syllables. Cruel. And some people just say a single syllable. Cruel. Like Y-L, U-Y-L. Cruel. 1 syllable, or cruel. 2 syllables. Either way is fine. And someone who is cruel is somebody who is mean. They're not nice. They mistreat someone or something. A cruel summer in this case. All right, I think those are all of our vocabulary words. If there were some that you did not catch the first time, I urge you to go back and listen to that section again. And that's it. Thanks.
All right. So while we still have your attention, before you turn off your computer or phone, I want to show you where the magic happens. This is our studio here. All right, and he's showing you the studio. And to follow me through the door, behind the door. Behind the window, this is where the tech people make the magic happen. These are our magicians and our tech room, our techies. Let me introduce you to our techies.
Hi.
What's your
My
name?
name's Vu.
Vu.
My name is Vu.
Okay. And?
Hi. My name is Han.
Okay, great. All right, thanks guys. We have one more tech. There's usually 3 of them. He's gone today. You might get to see him later. I want to thank them. Without them, our podcast could not happen. So, okay, thanks guys.